Hey everybody, it's Nicole coming at you with another DIY. If you want to see how I made this beautiful autumnal 3D wall art out of an old frame and some recycled floral picks, then just stay tuned. Okay, so here we are. We're going to touch up this old frame. This frame is actually the frame that I recycled, I guess, from the calendar art that we made a little while ago. And I'll post a link in the cards and down below to that video. Well, I just saved the frame, and right now we're just going to accent it with a little bit of gold or copper acrylic paint. I'm just using my finger to kind of brush on the color because I kind of want to mimic what's already on the frame, just kind of brighten it up a little bit. This frame was my grandmother's, and so just knowing that her hands were on this frame, I just wanted to make sure I used it or incorporated it somehow into my space for the fall. Right here, I'm just covering up the insert that came with the frame. It had a sort of nautical picture, some pictures of some boats or whatever. So I'm just using that as a template to cut out this burlap fabric that I had. It's a sort of a green burlap. And I'm going to use some green cardstock because you can actually see through the burlap, and I didn't want that picture kind of coming through. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm actually cutting the corners so that they will lay flat instead of having that bulkiness. Just cutting it at an angle at each corner will help that burlap lay down a little bit flatter. So yeah. So now what I'm gonna do is actually take my hot glue gun and run a bead of glue around the edge of the insert and just fold over the burlap fabric. And y'all be careful when you do this. I have asbestos fingers, but that hot glue can get hot. So if you want to use like a spatula or an old spoon or something to press that down, by all means do that. Once that glue dried, I'm just going to pop the insert back into the frame, and I'm being careful not to remove the string or the hanger. My grandmother actually rigged it up. As you can see, it has a tack in it where she's like wrapped the cord around the tack to kind of hold it taut so it'll hang, and I just refused to take it out because I knew that her hands had been on it, and I just worked around it. And I'm just going to clip away some of the string from the burlap because you know it unravels when you cut it. So I'm just cleaning it up a little bit here. Just being careful not to snip away too much. And I'm making sure that tack's still secure. And now I'm going to decide on what I'm going to put inside the frame here. So I have several little items that I picked out of my stash. I have this little pumpkin that I cut in half, and then I have this floral pick that was on this sign that I got on clearance. I wasn't a fan of the sign, but I did like the floral pick, and for the price that I got it at, which was like $1, I thought it was well worth it just getting it for the pick. So I'm just doing a little dry fit to see which one I like better. And I'm leaning towards this pick, as y'all know from the video in the beginning of this, that I chose this one. I just liked how it looked, and I love the colors, you know, the traditional colors of fall. So I decided to go with this one, and I'm just kind of fluffing it to sort of fill out the space there. And giving it another look-see. Because I really was backing and forthing, but that one was a little too small, so I decided to go with the bigger one. So all I'm gonna do is just, fluff, like I said, all the leaves and everything out. And then I'm gonna run a line of glue along the stem back there, and I'm making sure I put a generous amount of that hot glue so that it'll hold it in place and keep it from coming off or whatever. So I'm just gonna give it a good press down, and that is pretty much it. I love how it turned out. I just think it's the cutest thing, and knowing that this frame was my grandmother's and I was able to take it and recycle and do something with it makes me feel really good. So yeah, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so you can see what other DIYs that I have coming for you for the fall season. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.